Next name, The Undertaker.
Undertaker. Arguably the best big man ever been in wrestling. Just true professional. He was always kind of the shop steward. I think he's one of the most respected guys in the business. Hell of a sense of humor. And to tell you a funny story, we were told, he and I were pulled into Vince's office. And Vince told us that he didn't want us in strip clubs anymore. He and I in particular, because we went to strip clubs all the time. So, I don't know what town it was, but I walk into a strip club, I'm thinking that, it's like 1 in the morning. I think we're in Philly. I walk in the strip club, I look around, there's none of the boys. I'm like, all right, I'm cool. So I go and I get up in the corner. My eyes adjust the room. I look over. And I see this big guy kind of in a black leather coat. And I look and he just goes. We walked over and I sat down next to him. I said, well, nice to see you listen. He said, nice to see you listen too. So, good man, Taker.
Steve Austin.
No, I think Taker would enjoy the Kelly 2-hour extravaganza. Even though he's married to whoever he's married to. One of the other divas.
Michelle McCool, yes.
Kelly. Okay, what time?
Steve Austin.
Steve Austin,
yes.
one of a very close friend. Spent a lot of time on the road early in our careers together in his Honda Civic. He would buy the gas and drive, and I'd buy the beer, and I got the short end of the stick on that one. Arguably the biggest merchandise draw of all time. And he had his run after he was so beat. I mean, nobody really got a chance to see Steve when Steve was probably the best worker in the business. He was hurt, when he got his run. He had 150,000 miles on him by then. But great worker, great guy, great promo. I mean, I think, Shawn Michaels is 1, but he's like 1A. He's real close for what he brought, the total package. Believability, and just, he's a guy's guy, which, makes you watch him. Whereas Kelly, of course, is a guy's woman.
Yes, of course.
I would rather watch Kelly for 2 hours than Steve Austin. That's just me. Nothing against Steve's wrestling.
Right. I don't think we can blame you for that one.
Right. Not that I have any admiration or anything for Kelly. I think it's only the second time I brought her up.
In the ballpark.
Right.
Vince Russo.
No Kelly.
No.
I think Vince does a really good job of telling this, doing the storylines. I don't think Vince is strong wrestling-wise. I think Vince has to have somebody that knows the X's and O's of wrestling. A lot of times he'll make comments like, well, there's really not heels and baby faces anymore in wrestling. And I'm like, well, that's great that you feel that way, but at the end of the night, we have this thing called the finish. And when we go into the finish, somebody has to make a comeback and somebody has to give a comeback, and the guy that makes it's usually the baby face, and the guy that gives it's pretty much the heel. So though you would like to not think that there's a heel and baby face, kind of makes it pretty difficult to get to the finish without somebody giving and somebody taking. Unless, of course, it's Kelly. Then you just have her hit you with a Frankensteiner and hold it for like an hour and a half. 2 hours.
2 hours of Kelly.
2 hours of Kelly hitting me with a Frankensteiner, but I don't go down. That's television. That's pay-per-view. That's actually probably something Johnny Darko could direct.
I think you'd get a lot more. I think you'd get a lot more out of that than you did beating Goldberg.
Personally, absolutely, I would. I mean, I'd do it without a payday.